Hi, how are you all, girls? Today we are going to continue our last lecture or our last lesson. Again, is coming from the influence of mother tongue on learning English language by Arab learners. This is the rest of the lesson, part 2 or section. Okay, the first thing that we are going to talk about is the adjectives and adverbs. And when we say adjectives and adverbs, of course, you would predict that we are talking about problems related to Arab learners. Okay? Okay. So, Arab learners of English, they usually face problems related to differentiating or distinguishing between adjectives and adverbs. Okay? And I guess you yourself find it sometimes problematic or hard to distinguish whether this word is an adjective or an adverb. Okay? Arab, Arabic adjectives agree in gender and number with nouns. Okay? بتطابق الnoun في العدد والنوع, which might be the reason for these learners to make mistakes. Okay? Because this is not the case in English. English does not have this match between the noun and the adjective. Okay? So, for example, in Arabic, okay, in Arabic we say beautiful girls, right? In Arabic we say الفتيات جميلات. Okay? We say فتيات جميلات. What if, so this is plural, فتيات, and we have the plural inflection, جميلات, right? They agree in number and in gender. The number is plural, the gender is feminine. What if it is singular? I would say فتاة جميلة. Okay? If it is dual number, dual feminine, okay, I would say فتاتان جميلتان, right? So as you see here, there is kind of match between the noun and the adjective in Arabic. What about in English? Do we have the same thing? Do you have this match between noun and adjective? Let's try it. Let's try it out. We have beautiful girls, okay, for the plural phrase or the plural sentence, the beautiful girls, or in the singular we would say the beautiful girl, right? The beautiful girl and the beautiful girls. Okay? طيب, let's see the example here. This is an example of an Arab learner who made a mistake or error related to the adjective. These, he said or she said, these are girls' beautifuls. See? This is completely incorrect. Okay? With respect to order, word order, here the word or the adjective beautiful is supposed to precede or come before girls, right? But these are beautiful girls, right? Type, this is the first error or the first mistake. The second mistake is, as you see here, beautifuls. He said beautifuls instead of beautiful. And this goes back to the agreement feature that is found in Arabic language between the noun and the adjective that we referred to. Okay? So here he said, these are girls' beautifuls. He reversed عكس, okay, the word order, okay, affected by or influenced by Arabic language. Here we have فتيات جميلات, so the adjective comes after the noun. Okay, here he or she did the same thing. She located the adjective just after the noun, which is supposed to be before the noun, right? So this is, as we said, the first error. that is related to order, word order. Okay, there is a mislocation, and or also the addition of the inflection s to a plural s to the adjective, which is not correct. English does not have this feature of match between the noun and its adjective. Okay, it does not have this feature. Okay, so it is this understood? All right, let's have a look at another point that is also related to the use of adjectives and adverbs. So some Arab learners of English might use adjectives plus nouns to express adverbs. Okay, so they use, instead of using an adverb, okay, they use an adjective plus noun. This is attributed to the Arabic use of adverbs, as they can be formed in two ways. So Arabic users, or Arabic speakers actually, they can express the meaning of adverbs in English in two ways. Okay, for example, consider the word quickly. Quickly, this is an adverb, as you know. This word can be translated in two ways in Arabic. They can either say بسرعة or بشكل سريع. Okay, so Arabic or Arab speakers, they translate quickly into, or according to them, quickly is either بسرعة or بشكل سريع, and both are correct. You can either say بسرعة or بشكل سريع. طيب, how this influence this usage of noun plus adjective? How does this influence the English language used by Arab learners? So the following are some examples of such errors. Okay, errors are like, for example, the sentence, the temperature rose a sharp rise. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so the temperature rose a sharp rise. Of course, this is incorrect. To say a sharp rise, this is the literal translation from Arabic. Okay, بالمعنى الحرفي أو بالترجمة الحرفية بنقول زيادة حادة. Okay, ارتفعت الحرارة أو درجة الحرارة ارتفاع حاد. Okay, in English I should just say sharply. Use the adverb right away. I don't have to use the adjective, which is sharp, plus the noun, which is rise. I just use sharply right away. This is the correct form or the correct usage in English. The Arab learner has copied this form of noun plus adjective, or زي ما قلنا زيادة حادة أو زي بشكل سريع. Okay, he copied or she copied it into English language, which would result in an incorrect sentence, as you see here. Okay, so instead of saying the temperature rose a sharp rise, he or she is supposed to say the temperature rose sharply. The adverb, use the adverb right away. Okay, another example is he drove with so fast speed. Again, he or she used the adjective, which is fast, plus speed, which is the noun. Okay, so this is wrong again. This is a literal translation from Arabic language, and the correct form should be the usage of fast again right away, which is the adverb here. He drove so fast. Okay, I don't have to say so fast speed. بسرعة كبيرة. No, just so fast. Okay, another example, third example, the singer performed a wonderful performance. أداء رائع. أدى أداء رائع. ده بالترانسليشن الحرفية أداء رائع, which is correct in Arabic, wrong in English. So I I'm supposed to say just, or to add the adverb wonderfully again without resorting to using the adjective plus the noun. Okay, just use the adverb right away. The last example that we have here is prices have increased, a gradual increase. The same idea. Using the adjective plus the noun. Again, copied from Arabic, which is wrong. The correct form should be using gradually, increased gradually, so using the adverb right away. Okay, so did you get this idea? I think it's easy. Arab learners, just resort to using the adjective plus the noun in places where adverb is supposed to be located or to be used without resorting to this way. Okay, so errors in using some English modal verbs. Here, this is another kind of error that is made and committed by Arab learners and related to modal verbs. And of course, you know what are modal verbs. Modal verbs are the helping verbs that we use in English, like will, like shall, like can, like might, and so on and so forth. So what they do exactly, the Arab learners, I mean, they again resort to deleting the copula, which is verb to be in particular, okay, or substituting it with verb to do. Okay, so instead of using, sometimes they just delete verb to be, okay, or they replace it or substitute it with verb to do. Example, here we have Hoda happy. Okay, Hoda happy. This is again a literal translation from Arabic. They say in Arabic, or we say in Arabic, Hoda Saida. This is alternative. This is alternative form of this English incorrect form. It should be Hoda Saida. Okay. As you see here, we don't have the concept of copula or linking verb in Arabic, so this is what happens. They copied the Arab learners. They just copy the Arabic sentence as is. Okay, literal translation, word by word translation, which would give rise to a wrong or incorrect sentence. Hoda is happy. This is a correct version of the sentence using the copula. Okay, another example is while my mother cooking, I preparing the table. بينما تطهو أمي يعني أحضر الطاولة. Okay, this is like a translation of this sentence. While my mother cooking, بينما تطهو أمي. Again, تطهو أمي, right away we have this, the noun and the verb. Okay, وأجهز الطاولة, again now verb and the noun. So we don't have any kind of copula in the Arabic translation. Again, we don't have this. And what happens is that, or what happened here is that the Arab learner has just copied the Arabic version, or literally translated the sentence word by word, where we are supposed to have here a copula in the two phrases. The third example here is the substitution case, represents this replacement, where instead of using is, the speaker used does. okay? Instead of using is he your teacher, he just used does he your teacher, which again is incorrect. Okay, so this is a case of substitution. So here in the first two examples we had deletion case, okay, where the copula has been deleted, and here we have substitution. Sometimes the verb to do gets cancelled by the Arab speaker, so omitting the auxiliary verb to do, we have an example here: my father not drive a bus. Okay, again, because we don't have the concept of auxiliary verb or modal verb in Arabic, the Arab learner just literally translate, or in an influence from his mother tongue, he gets affected and just delete the copula or the verb to do here, or whatever kind of helping verb that we are supposed to use. So my father not drive a bus. Okay, in colloquial Arabic we would say بابايا ما بيسوقش أتوبيس. Okay, ما بيسوقش. Okay, we don't have this concept again of copula even in colloquial Arabic. In العربية, in standard Arabic, the speaker would say أبي لا يسوق أو لا يقود حافلة. Okay, so my father does not drive a bus. This is the correct form. Okay, instead of my father not drive. في العربي بنقول أبي لا يقود. So لا هنا is just got literally translated into not. He knows that, or she knows that not is the symbol of, or is the negating word. So she just use not without any kind of helping verb, whether verb to do or verb to be. Also replacing only the auxiliary form of verb to do with verb to be. Okay, again, this is another example of substitution. Is Bob wears a suitcase? Does Bob wear a suitcase? So instead of using does, the speaker used is. Okay, and here as you see إنه هنا wears, he used the verb or the inflected form of the verb, which is incorrect, because here does is supposed to carry the tense, the present tense, and where comes as in its infinitive state. So this is completely wrong. Okay, he made here like double mistakes, using is instead of does, and even using the inflected form of the verb. So here we are going to talk about tenses, and I guess you have a good idea about the difference between tenses in Arabic and English. In Arabic we have the known two tenses, the present and the past, which are also known as the perfect and the imperfect. So the perfect means the past, and the imperfect means the present. Okay, all right. Whereas in English we have actually these two tenses, which are the present and the simple, but with other extensions in aspects. What does this mean? Yani we have the present simple. These are the basic tenses, the present simple and the past simple tense, just as in Arabic. However, we have other tenses that express aspect. Okay, aspect means it can express the continuity of the action, how far or how long did it take, whether it is finished or not. Okay, so this is the element of aspect, which is expressed or reflected in the tenses, like the present perfect, the past perfect, the present continuous, the past continuous, and so on. Okay, so we have a number of tenses that exceeds the present and the past in English, of course. However, Arab learners of English cannot produce progressive and perfect tenses so easily. يعني they cannot, there is no equivalent to studying, for example. They will say أنا أذاكر, which is equivalent to the present, just present simple. Okay, هو يذاكر, أنا أذاكر. So the, يعني there is no equivalent or equal to the present or the past continuous in Arabic, which will form or will be problematic for the Arab learners. Okay, so they use simple present instead. Okay, as we said, أنا أذاكر. So we might find such errors in their writing or in their speaking, like I eat my sandwich now. Okay, which is equivalent to أنا آكل الشطيرة الآن. Okay, باللغة العربية طبعا. Okay, I'm eating my sandwich this is the correct form. Okay, because here we should, of course, you know the keyword here now, we are supposed to use the present continuous, which is consisting of the verb to be plus the verb plus ing, as you see here. So the Arab learner is just saying I eat my sandwich now, which is incorrect. Okay, this is again because of a literal translation from Arabic and the loss of present perfect, or what is equivalent to the present perfect tense in Arabic. Okay, actually in a colloquial Arabic we have this continuity, or this present perfect, or sorry, this is this present continuous. We say or in this situation we can say احنا مش هنقول انا اكل، لا هنقول انا باكل الساندويتش. فthis ba expresses the continuity or the present continuous somehow. So this this inflection or this prefix is like or equal the present the expression or expressing the present continuous in colloquial Arabic, because we don't have this ba في standard Arabic, right? Also, so this is like a point to discuss with you. Okay, another example in this, again we have I didn't see you since last Christmas. Okay, again this is wrong because they are supposed to say as long as you have sense, again this is a keyword and it marks the existence of the present perfect, which is has or have plus the pp. Okay, so here the speaker just used the past simple. Okay, which is again equivalent to the Arabic situation, or the Arabic sentence would be in this case لم أراك. سأراك هنا في past simple because they don't have an equivalent to the past to the present perfect tense as it should be here. I haven't seen you since last Christmas. Okay, relative clause. Here we are going to talk about the difference between English relative clauses and Arabic relative clauses. Okay, and when I say relative clause, I'm sure that many of you right away will say, yeah, relative clauses are the family of that, who, which, right? These are the relative clauses, English relative clauses. So unlike English relative pronouns, Arabic relative nouns vary according to the nouns they describe. Okay, your relative clause is the clause itself, or the whole clause that is introduced by the relative clause. By who? Okay, by which? The whole. What comes after the relative clause is, or the relative pronoun, is the whole relative clause. This is the difference between relative clause and relative pronoun. The pronoun is the word, just the word, that, who, which, whereas the relative clause is what comes after this pronoun. Okay, what is introduced by this pronoun. Okay, it is called a relative clause. So unlike English relative pronouns اللي هم they, that, which, who, Arabic relative nouns vary, or Arabic relative pronouns vary according to the nouns they describe. Okay, so what does this mean exactly? Is that Arabic relative pronouns are marked for gender, are marked for number, unlike the case in English. Okay, English is just marked for in whether the noun is animate or inanimate, because we use who with people, with persons, and we use which with just inanimate objects. Okay, something which is not alive. Okay, this is the only difference. However, and that of course is used in both cases. I can use that with persons, or I can use it with objects. Okay. However, in Arabic, the situation is different. The situation is, as we said, Arabic morphology and syntax is much more richer than the case, or the Arabic or the English syntax and morphology. Rich, okay, very rich. And the richness is reflected in such cases. Okay, here you find a different relative pronoun that is used for masculine nouns, feminine nouns, singular, dual, and plural numbers. Okay, and you can give examples yourself. You know that we will say al-fatatu and we will choose allati. Okay, we're not gonna choose alladhi because this is a female and a singular female type. What if this female becomes two females? طيب, we will say الفتاتين أو الفتاتين اللتين, right? If it is plural, الفتيات, ها? الفتيات اللاتي. Okay, so we are going to use a different relative pronoun. Okay, that is marked for both number and gender. Again, we will say الطبيب الذي. Okay, الأطباء الذين. Okay, الطبيبان اللذان, and so on and so forth. Okay, so as you see here, the relative pronoun differs according to the number and the gender, and even the case of the noun that it modifies. So we pointed out that the relative pronoun form would differ based on the gender and the number, and the position, which is here related to the case. Okay, الحالة الإعرابية يعني. Okay, so subject, object, we can say اللذان or اللذين, which both express the dual number, right, and the male gender. Okay, but اللذان or اللذين, this choice or this selection of any of them will depend on the case or الحالة الإعرابية. Okay, So these are the different forms that we have with respect to the relative pronouns in Arabic. We have الذي singular masculine, اللذان masculine dual subject, اللذين, التي, okay, اللتين, and so on. So as you see here, we have variety of relative pronouns in Arabic. However, in English we have a limited number of relative pronouns because يعني the relative pronouns in English are not marked for gender or for number or for case, like the case in Arabic. So let's see or have a look at the errors which are made by Arab speaking learners when forming English relative clauses. For example, we would have an insertion or not omitting of the connected pronoun, because in Arabic this pronoun is not omitted. Okay, so let's have a look at this example. It is an insertion of the connected pronoun. Okay, so here هنشوف ده معناه ايه دلوقتي. Incorrect sentence or incorrect example is that's the teacher whom I met him. Okay, this is the connected pronoun. In Arabic it is supposed to be قابلته. This is the attached or the connected that he meant here. Connected pronoun means الضمير المتصل، يعني هي يقصد يعني هو يقصد كده هنا الضمير المتصل اللي هو قابلته. In English we are not supposed to use this pronoun خلاص anymore. It is supposed to be deleted. An objective pronoun هو هنا object, right? Objective pronoun بنسميه. So that's the teacher whom I met and full stop, that's it. Okay, بس هو here the speaker he or she like again literally translated the Arabic version of the sentence الذي here whom, الذي قابلته, who here the speaker translated it into him, okay, which is incorrect. Okay, so ذلك هو المعلم الذي قابلته. هي دي translation, the Arabic sentence, the Arabic version. Okay, and who here as you see has been translated literally into him in English, which formed the error, was the cause of the error here. The pronoun who at the end of the word قابلته is the pronoun that should be deleted when forming an English relative clause. Okay, let's have a look at a couple of more examples that is related to or that are related to the relative pronouns. The girl who she came helped me in doing my homework. Okay, الفتاة who she ليه ده حصل? Why did he insert here this pronoun? Because in Arabic we will say التي. Okay, who for the speaker does not has this element of gender. Okay, so most probably that's why the speaker tended to insert the pronoun to express that this who is the girl. يعني كأن who plus she is equal to التي. Okay, or equals التي for the Arab speaker, which is incorrect because just we need who. We don't need anything else. We don't need to insert this pronoun. The girl who came helped me. الفتاة التي جاءت ساعدتني في عمل الواجب، صح؟ So the girl who came without who she, and this was the reason probably of the insertion, is that who plus she for the Arab speaker equal what? Equal التي, right? another example is the driver whom the police gave him. أعطاه. Again, literal translation of the connected pronoun or the attached pronoun here, gave him. أعطاه. Okay. However, we don't need again this insertion of the pronoun. The driver whom the police gave a ticket was driving too fast. Okay. The driver whom the police gave a ticket was driving too fast. This is the correct version. Okay. And these are again a couple of more examples that you can read and observe the mistakes or the errors that are made by the Arab speakers or the Arab learners. Let's read the first one. For example, the man that I gave a gift to him is my cousin. Okay. The man that I gave a gift to him, so I don't need again him here. أعطيته. Okay, I gave a gift to him. أعطيته. So again, literal translation of the attached pronoun. So in all the above sentences, the underlined pronouns, okay, should be omitted in the correct English version. Okay. This is another example that is related to الذي and التي and the use of who and which type. Let's have a look at this example. Here is the student which you met here last week. Okay, again we have the same problem of inserting the pronoun, which is wrong. Here is the student who you met last week. Okay, so two kinds of issues or problems here. The first one is the use of here, which is wrong. Here insertion, the pronoun insertion, which is equivalent to قابلته, right? Also we have the use of which cannot come or modify a person. The student is someone, is a person. So in English we know that we use who with persons, with people, with animate objects, or with humans. Okay. However, we know this feature of using relative pronouns or relative pronouns being marked for human and non-human is not existing in Arabic. We just use either الذي or التي. Okay, we don't have it, we don't have neuter gender in Arabic, as you know, right? So but in English we have it, we have which is used with non-humans. So Arab learners will mix up this and will just say الذي in Arabic. They will say الذي, which is equivalent for them, it is equivalent to which. Okay, so they use incorrectly which with the human or with humans. Okay, so here is the student which you met here last week. The first error is here insertion, and the second is the use of which with a human, with modifying a human. Okay. Last but not least, this is the final or the last kind of errors that we are going to discuss here is entitled lexical errors. Lexical means, as you know, words. Okay, so this is the level of words. Here are real examples. As I told you before, this study or this research is based on real subjects. okay, or real errors extracted from real learners, English language learners, Arab speakers who are trying to learn English language. So the errors are authentic, okay. These errors, lexical errors made by Lebanese students in their writing. Have a look at some examples. Uh, he has a right health. هو بصحة جيدة. Okay, he has a right health. Of course, there is nothing as this collocation existing in English. There is no right health. It is healthy. Okay, it's not right health. It is instead healthy, using the this adjective. He is healthy. Okay, he has a strong. This is another example. He has a strong disease. هو يمتلك مرضا شديدا. Okay, of course, strong disease, we don't have this in English. Okay, it is supposed to be a severe illness rather than strong disease. Okay, a third example, I am afraid from high sounds. Afraid from, of course, most of you will think and say no, there is no such collocation. The right or the correct preposition that should accompany afraid is afraid of high sounds. أنا أخاف من الأصوات العالية. أخاف من, so من is literally translated to from, and this could be classed under the preposition problems also. Okay, I guess يعني this example should go to the prepositions errors. Okay, because it is a preposition error. Okay, and the last example is for me to be counted as a good mother is important. أن أعد أما هو شيء هام. Be counted as, this is incorrect again. It is supposed to be considered as a mother, not to be counted as a mother. Okay. All right, girls. Thanks a lot for your attention, and see you next time, inshallah. Next time, I guess, will be our like final lecture or maybe semi-final. Um, I don't know yet whether it would be face to face or not, but I will work on it and will publish it too. So see you next time, inshallah.